Namaste. Welcome back to another exciting astrology update today. In this video, we are going to explore the current planetary alignments as Sun enters Libra sign and how they could affect us at the mundane level, which means the world around us. But before we dive into the insights for this month, I would like to take a moment to reflect on last month's predictions. As many of you know or may have seen, we tested our predictions at the end of the month, and it was fascinating to see how accurately many of them turned out to be true. You can go through the video from the last month and the testing of predictions we did a few days ago. I'll keep the link to the video in the description. This shows how these cosmic influences can play out in real life, not just in individual experiences but also in global events. So today we will be focusing on the powerful planetary combinations as Sun enters the Libra sign. We are seeing some intense cosmic energies at play, and I'll walk you through how these energies can affect the world around us, whether it is government, communication, technology, spirituality, and even more, even the economy. So let's get into it. As Sun enters the Libra sign, let's talk about Sun first. The Sun represents authority, leadership, power, and our inner drive to shine. When the Sun enters Libra sign, its energy gets a little muted. You know why? Because Libra is the sign of balance, diplomacy, and justice. And this can make the Sun's natural confidence a bit shaky. The Sun is also in the debilitation in Libra sign, meaning it doesn't function at full strength. Now, this can lead to leadership challenges where leaders may struggle to assert their authority or get caught up in trying to please everyone, and which dilutes their effectiveness. At the mundane level, if you see, what does that mean? This can mean power struggles between governments and institutions, or even among the leaders themselves. There will be decisions which will be delayed or confusing, and we may see a lack of clear direction from people in positions of authority. This also creates a period where diplomacy is emphasized more, but sometimes at the cost of decisive actions. Well, Sun in Libra, we cannot make these predictions every year. We need to look a lot of other combinations as Sun will enter into Libra sign every year, right? And the predictions cannot be the same for every year at this time. So I will take a look at some of the key planetary positions for this month and come up with certain observations and predictions from 17th of October to the 16th of November when Sun is in Libra sign. The first observation and prediction I have, we are likely to see misinformation spreading rapidly this month. Think about false headlines, misleading news, and even social media manipulation. People might find it hard to trust the information they receive from the media or the government sources. This period could lead to a significant breakdown in public trust, which might cause panic or public anxiety. Misinformation can also escalate global conflicts as decisions may be based on unreliable or manipulated information. And you know why this is going to happen? Because Rahu is involved and it is making connections with a lot of different planets. And Rahu is all about confusion. So you will see a lot more confusion in the next 1 month. The second prediction, as Sun enters the Libra sign, at the global level, there could be a mass hysteria or a public unrest. What does that mean? That means where public emotions are running high, people may feel a sense of being overwhelmed, not knowing who to trust or where to turn for clarity. This kind of collective emotional confusion could trigger impulsive behavior, irrational decisions, or even social chaos. And why this will happen? Again, Rahu is making a connection with Moon. The Moon is in Revati Nakshatra, which is normally about emotional nourishment and spiritual journeys. But Rahu's influence can create emotional turbulence. So, we are talking about a heightened sense of public anxiety and instability in how people feel. The third prediction, an observation based on the planetary combinations and energies. Expect certain technological disruptions like cyber attacks, hacking, and large scale data breaches. This could affect global communication systems. It can create delays, confusion, and even fear about data privacy. At the mundane level, governments and corporations may engage in deceptive practices, manipulating information for political or financial gain. We might also see some issues in the technology sector with unethical practices surfacing. The line between reality and illusion could get blurred, making it harder to trust technology, news outlets, social media news, and even the government communication. And this will happen because Rahu in Uttara Bhadrapada Nakshatra will bring hidden agendas, and it is making connection with Mercury in the Swati Nakshatra, which normally tries to maintain balance and fairness. But Rahu's influence can create an energy of deception and manipulation. The fourth and the next prediction I have for this month, as Sun enters the Libra sign. On a global scale, people might become more susceptible to scams, frauds, or spiritual practices that promise quick fixes. While this is a good time of deep spiritual seeking, it's also a period where illusion is at its peak and we need to be cautious about what we believe. This is a time when people might feel drawn to explore deeper spiritual truths, but Rahu's influence can lead them nowhere. We may see the rise of false spiritual leaders or movements that mislead people for profit or power. And this is because both Rahu and Neptune they are together in the Pisces sign. So a lot of spiritual confusion can arise. It's important for us to stay grounded during this time, especially if you are seeking spiritual guidance. The next observation and prediction I have based on the planetary combinations as Sun enters the Libra sign. There could be a boom and a burst cycle where the market you will see some rapid growth based on the hype or misinformation only to crash suddenly. People need to be cautious about where they are investing during this time, as financial deception could cause serious economic instability. We might see some fraudulent investment schemes or economic scandals that have a ripple effect across the global markets. And this is because, again, Rahu's tendency is to create illusion and Mercury's control over commerce and trade. We might see some speculative bubbles, particularly in areas like cryptocurrency or other high risk investments. So, what can we take away from all these different combinations? Across all planetary alignments that we see, when Sun enters the Libra sign tomorrow, we are seeing a common thread of confusion, deception, and instability. Whether it's in our emotional lives, our communication systems, or even the global economy, these energies are challenging us to stay vigilant and grounded. And here will be my advice: be cautious about the information you consume. Double check your sources before believing anything, especially in social media and news too. Stay emotionally balanced. The energy of Rahu and the moon could make emotions volatile. So it's important to stay centered and not act impulsively. Be mindful of financial decisions. Avoid risky investments during this time and do not get swept up in the hype of speculative markets. And finally, at the spiritual level, seek authentic guidance. This is a time for genuine spiritual exploration, but it's easy to be misled. So take your time and question everything. As always, we are not just here to make predictions. We are also going to test these insights at the end of the month, just like we did last month. We will come back and review whether these predictions came true and assess how the planetary energies manifested in real world events. It's an exciting way to see astrology in action. Let's assume even if these predictions don't fully materialize, there is no harm in being cautious. whether it's misinformation, emotional instability, or financial risk. It's better to stay grounded and be cautious during these times. After all, being prepared is always a smart move. That's all for today's astrology update. We have covered a lot of ground from confusion to misinformation to financial risk and emotional instability. Thanks for watching. And if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to like, share, and subscribe for more astrology insights. Stay safe and stay informed. And before we meet next time, keep looking up at the stars and may they bless you always. Thank you so much. Namaste.